And we are back to the channel where we talk about everything US news, US headlines, and we break some of them down on TradingView as well. Greetings, Josh. Caught you at the right time. Welcome back. Yes. How do you like the bull? Yes. Anyway, it's gonna be a great day. Yes. Welcome back. Yes. Let's see, yeah, to the channel we're talking about love the bull, stocks are ripping pre-market. Yes. Josh, let me know which ones you're looking at. I'll see if I can fit it in with my stream here. Hopefully, a lot of the things you look at are oftentimes is things that I'm going through on my program as well. So, Hood, okay, I'll make a note of that. We can do that, yes. Let me know, Josh, if there's anyone, any others. I'll try to integrate them as well. If you're just joining, let me know if there are some ticker symbols you would like me to look at during this live stream, and I'll do my best if I can to fit it all in. Thank you very much, Josh. And for those of you who are joining, welcome. We're talking about everything US news, headlines, markets, and we're going to make it fun. We promise not to... Today the Dow Jones rose 2 points an hour. No, we're not going to bore you to death. Okay, we're gonna try to make it entertaining as possible. All right. So if it's, if you can imagine news and markets being entertaining, you're at the right place at the right time. All right. Again, I'm from the U.S. I'm from the Midwest, and I got my start because I had a curiosity and affinity for the numbers. And in the Midwest, there's not a whole lot going on except for farming and sports, and I really wasn't good at either one. But I got my curiosity with engineering, because engineering was charts, patterns, numbers, etc. And yeah, that's kind of where my curiosity came from. Yeah, thank you for all the likes and the shares. And all right, let's get going here. Just a quick update here. It's about, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, April 14th. And if you haven't been keeping up what's been going on from the weekend, well, let me fill you in on some of the things that have been going on the past 72 hours here. First, negotiations between US and Iran, well, in Islamabad have officially collapsed. Yes, not going so well. So no agreement was reached between the two parties. However, US officials subsequently revealed that contact between the two delegations, well, they're still ongoing, not to discuss a specific agreement, but rather to discuss whether negotiations can be resumed. And also, Mr. T announced a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Let's see how this is going to work. West Texas Intermediate crude oil surged by over 8.6% at one point yesterday, briefly reaching the $105 mark. Although some profit taking later occurred in the session as prices hovered at elevated levels. The price subsequently retreated to trade range rebound near 103 there. But Brent crude strengthened in tandem, and global energy prices saw broad-based gains overall. Yeah. And third, what happened with gold yesterday? My God, the fancy metal. Geopolitical conflicts escalate, oil prices soar, and according to textbooks, well, gold should, but actually spot gold opened yesterday with a sharp plunge, plummeting over 2% at one point. It dropped from last Friday's historical high of 4,856 to a low of 4,648. It dropped by more than $100 in a day. No. Yes, Puma Rolex. We're going to take a look at all that. Give me just a moment to put in some of my introductory remarks, and we'll get to the oil, the gold, and the markets. Okay, Puma Rolex. Welcome back to everyone who's joining on here. Welcome. All right. Also, we're going to talk about Nvidia. All right. Today we'll dedicate a specific segment to dissecting this one. Okay. And what is exactly in the market currently repricing? Today we will clearly explain four key points. Let's see, up full rise. Yeah, Chris, 1533. Rise and shine, indeed. Additionally, there is some in-depth data that I will not fully elaborate on during the public live broadcast, specifically my analytical projections regarding interplay between oil prices, gold, and U.S. stock indices under a Strait of Hormuz blockade scenario. Okay. The complete version is available through my assistant, and I will tell you how to access it shortly. But let's get started. So, starting with the first part, Iran negotiations, no agreement, but it's not over yet. It's gonna get interesting. Yeah. So here we go. Let me start by mentioning a detail that many people have actually probably overlooked. Okay. Although the negotiations in Islamabad failed to produce an agreement, U.S. officials explicitly stated that contact between the U.S. delegation and Iranian leaders remains ongoing. Yes. So one official even remarked that progress is currently being made in efforts to reach an agreement. Yeah. Having said that, Eam Khan 1580, go to my profile page and send me a message back to you about that after the stream, okay? That's a good question. And Nicholas 828, same with you. That's not a 1 second answer. Again, go to my profile page on YouTube and send me a message. I'll get back to you. Yeah, very good. Again, thanks for the questions, guys. Again, those are not quick answers, and I'll get back to you after the live stream. So, what does this really signify? This is not a diplomatic rupture, no, but this is more of a severing of diplomatic ties. It's not a severing of diplomatic ties. It is basically it's a conditional contact under extreme pressure. The channels for communications between the two parties have not been totally closed, but even as Mr. T continues to move to blockade the Strait of Hormuz, Larry Kudlow, director of the White House National Economic Council, has stated that the dialogue between the U.S. and Iran is not entirely futile, but, well, the market has already fully priced in the breakdown of the weekend negotiations. Yesterday's wild swings in oil prices surging 8% before retracing to a 3% gain, well, indicate that capital is currently engaged in the first round of pricing for the Hormuz blockade scenario. Yeah. However, this process is not yet complete. This is because nobody knows how long such a blockade might actually last. Yes. How long is this going to last? We don't know. Do you believe the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz is going to persist more than 1 month? Give me a 1 for yes, give me a 2 for no. What do you think? Longer than 1 month? Let me know. Yes or no. And let's see. I'd be shocked, even guesses. Yeah, Puma, I see your comment. Robin, thanks for your, yes. Robin says yes. Oh my God, for more than 1 month? We hope not, but yeah, I get you. Thanks for the comment, Robin. Yeah, all right. Anybody else? Yes, thank you for the, thank you. Okay, now let's get to oil prices here. Right now, okay, oil prices, just to give you the update, West Texas Intermediates at 96.59, Brent's at 98.61. And here we go. Let me put this right over here on, where's my oil? Oh, right here. Okay. Oil prices. After breaching the $100 mark, the Fed finally begins to get anxious. Yeah, I can understand that. Yesterday, West Texas Intermediate crude briefly broke above $100 per barrel. And, oh, sorry, Mr. Comment. The Thinker. Hello to you too. Yes, the Thinker. Got it. So WSD, is that your ticker symbol? Let me know, the Thinker. If it's a ticker, I'll write it down and look it up later, okay? Okay. And also, the Thinker, if you have a specific question or comment, just send me a message right there, okay? Let me put that for you right here. Okay. Send me a message and I'll get back to you right there. If that's a ticker, I'll link it up later as well, okay? And here we go. Thank you for the likes. Our defense sector raised or down? Yes, Puma. I'll take a look at defense during the stream as well. Thank you very much. Karma, thank you for saying hello, and I think that was probably you that gave the likes. The Thinker, hello. I got your message. I think WSD, is that a company you want me to look up? Let me know, okay? And then if you need to get, if you have a specific question, just contact me here on WhatsApp, all right? And okay. And now, after West Texas Intermediate briefly broke above $100 per barrel, it dipped back below that threshold and it's currently oscillating around the $96 mark. And note the magnitude of this volatility, a sharp 8% surge followed by a retracement to a 4% gain. This is not being driven by supply, okay? And demand fundamentals, but rather by violent swings in market sentiment and risk premiums, yes. Just like gold, you're 5 years behind the pattern. Okay, Robin, I'm not quite sure. Let's see, looking at one now. Steven, thank you very much. Thanks for the comment. Just enjoy the show. If you have a question, let me know. Feel free to reach out anytime. And let's see. The Thinker, yeah, I'll look forward to your message. And if you have a ticker, let me know. I'll put it in the program. Very good. And Josh, thank you also very much. Okay, here we go. More importantly, the Federal Reserve has finally begun to weigh in. Yesterday, Chicago Fed President Austin Goolsbee made a highly significant statement. He noted that the current pricing in the oil futures market reflects an expectation that any surge in oil prices linked to a potential conflict with Iran would be, wait for it, it would be transitory. Yeah. He then uttered a sentence that I have listened to and replayed several times. If gasoline prices were to remain at these elevated levels or climb even higher for a prolonged period, we would then have to reevaluate what that implies for consumer spending. Yes. Let's see. Hughes Pipe, Robert Downey Jr. from Temu. Growing capitalism is destroying the planet. Change my mind. Let's see. We'll try to make things better soon. But they don't look good at the moment. Thank you for the comments. Yes. Very good. Let's see. Muck Blogger's son. How do you trade money for? Okay. Got your message. That's okay. That's not a quick answer. McGloverson, send me a message right here, and I will get back to you after the stream. Okay, send me a message right there, and I'll get back to you. All right. Yeah. In plain English, this translates to the Federal Reserve is currently operating under the assumption that any rise in oil prices will be short-lived. But what if it isn't? In that scenario, their entire policy framework should require a complete recalculation. Yes, there's that. And let me know, again, if you have a ticker symbol. I'll try to integrate it into my program during this live stream. And again, McGloverson, I'll return your message after the live stream. I'll get back to you, okay? Now, some of my thoughts are, well, the current oil market repricing has not yet fully factored in a scenario where the Hormuz blockade persists for 3 months. For sure. If this blockade of the Strait of Hormuz were to last longer than 6 weeks, West Texas Intermediate crude would not merely hover in the $100 to $105 range. It would surge probably towards $115 to $120 level. This is because approximately 20 million barrels of of crude oil, representing a massive share of global supply, pass through the Strait of Hormuz every single day. A supply shock of this magnitude has not been witnessed since the 1970s. Yeah. Now, here's my question to everyone. Do you think crude will firmly establish itself above the $110 per barrel mark by the end of April? Give me a 1 for yes, 2 for no. Yeah. And let's see. Kusik 7586. Greetings. Jake 7976. Nice glasses. Yeah, these glasses are actually, they're not sunglasses and they're not for show. These are actually blue light blocking glasses. So, you know, if you're in front of the computers or if you're in front of your phone or something for a while, the blue light might annoy your eyes. It might give you eye strain or cause you headaches. And these actually, I know they look kind of weird, right? The orange tint, but the orange tint blocks that blue light, and it really helps. It calms you down, makes you more relaxed. Right on your perfect choice. Jake 79876. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, now here's a question for you. Yesterday's movement. Let's talk about gold. Gold is down. Gold is down $100 in a single day. Who is selling? Well, yesterday's movement in gold prices presents the puzzle that demands more thorough deconstruction today. Okay. Now, just last Friday, gold prices touched a new all-time high of $4,856.93. Yet, after a mere weekend passed, just a weekend passed, well, gold prices plummeted right at Monday's open during intraday trading. The price briefly crashed by over 2%, hitting a low of $4,648.65. So, according to conventional logic, with escalating conflicts in the Middle East and surging oil prices, gold ought to be rising, right? Well, that's not really what's happening. This time things are different. And why do you think it's different for gold right now? Okay, and we're also going to get into some gold later on. But let me know, why do you think it's different right now? One of my thoughts is someone is being forced to sell gold to meet some of the margin calls elsewhere. The surge in oil prices has triggered margin calls on energy-related derivatives, compelling some of the long gold positions to liquidate those holdings to plug the gaps. Yeah. So this does not signify a failure of gold's safe haven logic, but rather a liquidity squeeze. Gold remains a safe haven asset. However, in the short term, it is being dragged down by margin requirements of other risky positions. So again, let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's still a safe haven? Do you think it's still being squeezed and driven down by other risky positions? Give me your thoughts about gold. And for the person that just sent the likes, thank you very much. Yes, good. Here we go. Now this one is another crucial point. When market volatility spreads from a single focal point to the broader market across all asset classes, cash and only cash is the true safe asset. Okay? So here's my question to you. Do you believe gold will climb back above 4,800 this week? Yes or no? Type 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let me know your thoughts. Give me your thoughts about gold. Now, another one that we will talk about as well is Nvidia. Many questions about this one. Yeah. So right now, Nvidia is 189.31 pre-market. It's at 189.65. 8 consecutive days of gains, yet still a range. And the hardware is being repriced. Yeah. Crude oil will fall. Let's see. Crude oil will fall for. Okay. Kusik 7586 crude oil will fall for a few weeks. Tell me why. Interesting thoughts. I'm just curious why you say that, okay? So NVIDIA warrants a separate dedicated analysis for today. This is because over the past 2 weeks, it has strung together its longest winning streak in over 2 years. Yet its share price has still failed to break out of its trading range. And this conveys a critical message that the market is sending you, okay? Give me your thoughts on this. Any thoughts on NVIDIA? Let me know in the comments. Now, here's one of the facts. 8 consecutive days of gains, yet the trading range remains unbroken. NVIDIA closed higher last Friday, marking its 8th consecutive trading session of gains, its longest winning streak since November 14th, 2023, when it rose for 10 straight days. Its overall gain of 6.34% last week certainly does look impressive. Again, if you're just joining right now, we're going through some analysis on NVIDIA. We're going to talk about gold, oil, and some other tickers later on. If you have a question or a specific ticker symbol, just drop it in the comments. Now, here's the catch. And there's always a catch, right? During the same period, the S&P 500 index has also been rallying for several consecutive days. More importantly, for many months now, NVIDIA's stock price has been oscillating with a narrow band between 165 and 195. Yes. Consistently failing to break out of this specific range. And last Friday, the stock touched a high of $190 before closing at $188.63. By Monday's pre-market session, it had already retreated in the vicinity of $186. So, the stock's failure to break the $190 threshold on Friday and its subsequent pullback has no mere coincidence, as $20 billion in mechanical buying flows into U.S. equities, only to collide with the reality of high interest rates for the long haul. Again, a scenario defined by economist Bill Williams. NVIDIA's valuation math may well be teetering on the brink of collapse. That's not me saying that. That's a scenario defined by economist Bill Williams. Let's see. Reserve, okay. It should be open to U.S. other good for selling. As I think. Got it. Thank you for your thoughts. Not crash, but fall. Okay. And I think. Got it. Kusik7586. I appreciate the thoughts. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. Any of you have any thoughts on oil or NVIDIA? Feel free to share. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts as well. So, from a technical perspective, the message is clear. Despite rallying for 8 consecutive days, the stock failed to even graze the $200 mark. So does this signal underlying strength? Or is it merely the last gasp of a spent force? Well, it represents really a textbook case of buying interest exists, yet momentum for a breakout is really kind of lacking. Yeah. Buyers are present, but no one is willing to push the price past their critical resistance level. So let's take a look at something else, okay? The stock's valuation has reached its lowest level in recent years. Tony, buy it all. God, I'm in for 10,000. Buy it now. Tony, I love the comments. Yes. According to the latest trading data from April 10th, NVIDIA's trading volume for the day surpassed 30 billion, ranking it first among U.S. equities, and it marked a significant 37.82% increase compared to the previous trading session. Yes. Now, what warrants even closer attention to its valuation. The forward PE ratio based on estimated earnings for the next 12 months stands at approximately 20x. This figure is substantially lower than its 10-year average of 36x, positioning the stock at a relatively low valuation compared to other large cap technology stocks. Some analysts characterize its current valuation as trading at 22x forward PE with a PEG price to earnings to growth ratio of 0.74, the cheapest level seen in years, while Tigress Financial continues to maintain a price target of $360. Yes. And just to get back to a couple comments here. Bum, bum, bum. Thank you for the likes. How many accounts do you Ty Brady. Yes, actually, very good question. We all have a journey. We all have many. You learn more by losing. I know what you mean. Ty Brady, I'll get back to you. Send me a message right here, and I'll return your message after the stream. Okay. Let me see. And let's see. Oh, Shane West, I got your message right here. Okay. Got it. Okay. Yes. Tab, right? Okay. Yes. I'll get back to you after the live stream. Thank you. What's the last part? I can't see it here. Can you see it now? Is that okay? There you go. Can you see it now? Yes. Cool. All right. I'll get back to you after the stream. Thank you very much. And here we go. According to Guru Focus's GF value model, Nvidia's intrinsic value is calculated at $307.80 per share. This suggests that based on the current trading price of $188.63, the stock may be undervalued by approximately 38.7%. Thank you very much for the likes, Ty. I'll chat with you soon. Thank you. And let's see, Wing, RCT, okay, RCT. Wing, I got your message. Here's what I'll do. I'll look up RCT during the stream and actually send me a message here and I'll give you a better analysis after the stream, okay? So send me a message there. We'll go through it on TradingView here during the stream. And yeah, no problem. Thank you. I'll break it down here and then talk to you afterwards. Okay, thanks, Wing. So here's a stock that has rallied for 8 consecutive days and continues to demonstrate high revenue growth, yet its valuation sits at a historical low. What exactly is the market afraid of? Yes. Let's see. Ty Brady, TikTok and YouTube. Yes, TikTok and YouTube. Actually, if you go to my TikTok homepage, you'll also see the link for the YouTube. Yeah. And we're going to win. Tony, like the message. Yeah. Yes, Puma, I like the comment. Thank you for the comment. Okay. So here's something else to think about. Okay. GPU, graphics processing units, rental rates are on the rise, indicating that demand remains red hot. Okay. And again, GPUs, for those of you that don't know, graphics processing units, that's also correlated with Nvidia. If you want me to talk about that, let me know. But that's a big thing with Nvidia. So yesterday, April 13th, the latest data released by Orn, which is a New York-based data provider. And thank you very much for the likes. I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. They revealed that the spot rental rates for Nvidia's high-end Blackwell series chips within cloud data centers have skyrocketed to $4.08 per hour. This represents a 48% surge compared to the rate of $2.75 per hour recorded just 2 months ago. Yeah. And let's see, CGPT, okay, and CGPT, got it. Puma Relics, I got your note there, thank you. This constitutes the most authentic signal of genuine demand, okay? It is not about what analysts say, nor what financial reports indicate. Rather, it comes down to how much customers are willing to pay to lease Nvidia's computing power. A 48% surge in revenue growth points to one thing: demand for computing power has not cooled off. On the contrary, it's actually accelerating. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Ty Brady, I see your message. Again, I'll respond to that after the stream. Thank you for the question. Yes, not a problem. And so why isn't the stock price rising? Well, the production bottleneck for the Rubin series is real, but the market may have actually overreacted, okay? On April 7th, KeyBank analyst John Vin confirmed, following an investigation into the Asian supply chain, that NVIDIA's production target for its next generation Rubin GPUs has been lowered from the originally projected 2 million units to 1.5 million units, okay? Also, keep in mind, with what's going on in Iran and the Gulf, again, there's certain things with helium that could affect supply chains. Helium is needed for chip production, many things like that. There's a lot more going on than just meets the eye. And everything is actually connected and correlated with each other. So there's all kinds of things that might break supply chains, might increase or might decrease the amount of output, and then increase demand because supply gets lowered, because if they can't get helium, they can't get the supply, etc., etc. The primary reason for this downward revision is delays in the certification and supply timelines for HBM4 memory from SK Hynix and Micron. Yes, Micron's another one. Concurrently, shipment forecasts for the Vera Rubin rack systems have also been cut from an estimated 12,000 to 14,000 units to approximately 6,000 units. Yes, so, but there's always two sides to every coin, maybe three sides. NVIDIA has secured its supply chain for advanced chip-on-wafer substrate packaging, otherwise known as COWS. Capacity is projected to reach 650,000 wafers in 2026, a 76% year-over-year increase. And it's expected to expand further to 840,000 wafers in 2027, representing a 29% year-over-year growth. In terms of product mix, the chip-on-wafer substrate capacity available in 2026 actually remains sufficient to support the production of approximately 5 to 6 million Blackwell GPUs, 1.5 million Rubin GPUs, and 1 million Hopper GPUs. So again, looking even deeper into NVIDIA, if you're just jumping on, we're doing some analysis of NVIDIA, and we're going to get into some requested ticker symbols later on, as well as a little bit about gold, a little bit about oil, etc. That's all to come. And Blackwell is stepping up to fill the void. Research by TrendForce indicates that due to the delays affecting the Rubin series, the Blackwell series share of NVIDIA's high-end GPU shipments in 2026 is projected to surge significantly from 61% to 71%, thereby further solidifying its market dominance. While the Rubin launch has been postponed, Blackwell is effectively bridging the gap. So, year-over-year growth rate for NVIDIA's overall high-end GPU shipments saw only a marginal downward revision from approximately 26.8% to just under 26%, indicating a very limited impact from the adjustment. Now, KeyBank has maintained its overweight rating on Nvidia, setting a price target of $275 based on the view that the delays in HBM supply will have a negligible impact on long-term demand. Now, something else to think about. I know, there's many things to think about. Here's another one. The two most significant warning signals: short sellers are moving in and insiders are selling off their shares. Renowned short selling investor Michael Burry actually recently posted that he has increased his holdings of Nvidia, put options with a January 27th expiration, and a strike price of $115, drawing parallels between the current AI boom and the dot-com bubble of the past. So at the same time, the last 90 days, Nvidia insiders have collectively sold off approximately 1.2 million shares. So short interest has also risen by about 22.5% during the same 90-day period, with these current short positions standing at roughly 280.9 million shares. Okay. Now, again, some of my thoughts about this. Nvidia stands at kind of a crossroads right now. Fundamentals are very strong for Blackwell chips. A 48% surge in GPU rental rates and fully booked chip on wafer on substrate capacity point toward an upward trajectory. However, the technical indicators, the stock has been range bound between $165 and $195 for months, consistently failing to break past the $200 mark along with the risk signals. Short seller targeting and insider selling point toward uncertainty. The market is currently conducting a referendum on Nvidia regarding the question, is AI spending sustainable? That's right. Is this sustainable? The answer lies not in today's share price, but rather in the of oil prices post April 24th and in the capital expenditure guidance provided by hyperscale customers during the May earnings season. Now, earnings season officially kicks off today and banking giants lead the charge. Here we go. So today marks the first day of earnings season. Financial institutions like JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, and BlackRock are scheduled to release their first quarter results today. Got it. Puma Rolex, I see your comment. Again, send me a message and I'll get right back with that after the stream, okay? Thank you for the message, Puma Rolex. Market consensus projects JP Morgan Chase's adjusted earnings per share to be approximately $5.46, while the S&P's overall earnings growth rate is expected to reach 12.6%. Now, there is a critical caveat. There always is, right? The impact of surging oil prices and the imposition of 125% tariffs will not be reflected in these first quarter earnings reports. The first quarter concluded at the end of March, whereas the potential blockade of the Strait of Hormuz and its subsequent market impact did not begin until April. So, regardless of whether today's bank earnings reports appear strong or weak, they cannot serve as a reliable indicator of the conditions to be expected in the second quarter. Okay, Day, just gigantic bullish. Okay, Day, I see your comment. Giga bullish. Okay, Day, I'm not sure what your comment means. Let me know. I just giga bullish. I'm not sure what that means. Day, let me know. So The true focal point of today's earnings reports actually lies not in the raw numbers themselves, but rather in the forward-looking guidance provided by bank management teams regarding their outlook for the second quarter. Okay. If Jamie Dimon, Morgan Chase starts talking about geopolitical risks, dampening loan demand during an earnings call, that is a real signal. Then we go up. Got it. Okay. Let's see. Day, let me know if you have a question about a ticker symbol, or what company you have questions about, or what you're looking at right now. Okay. Just let me know. Let's see. No, Puma. I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm streaming on TikTok at the moment. Yeah, but what am I watching pre-market right now? On three things: the divergence between energy and tech sectors. If energy stocks rally by more than 3%, while tech stocks drop by more than 2%, that constitutes a classic geopolitical rotation. Okay. The strength of gold's rebound. If gold prices quickly reclaim the $4,750 level during today's trading session, it suggests that yesterday's sharp decline was merely a liquidity shock and that safe haven demand remains intact. Conversely, if it continues to drift lower, slipping below 4,600, it indicates that larger scale. All right. Now, Nvidia's performance around the $190 mark after open. If Nvidia fails to hold above $188, rather suggests that the momentum from its 8-day winning streak is beginning to wane a bit. However, if it breaks through $190 on heavy volume, that would be a completely different signal. Okay. So, I know that some of you in the comments are asking things about what should you do with gold, energy stocks, Nvidia shares, etc., or with oil prices this high, what should I be doing? Basically, personal for your cost holdings, risk tolerance, and unique positions. Instead of asking me here during the stream, instead just reach out to my assistant and provide my assistant with the tickers and a rough overview of some of your positions, and then he will compile the information and send it directly on to me. And I'll provide you with a personalized assessment via an internal message. So let's continue here. So here are three things you can do right now, all right? First, hit that notification bell. I'll be going live at 10 a.m. sharp to provide real-time market analysis, interpreting the actual signals emerging from the open as they happen. If you're not notified, you'll miss out. Also, my assistant's details are displayed at the bottom of your screen. You can contact and in the video description. Remember to enter today's access code APR14PRE, and my assistant will add you to the exclusive analysis group. And once the market opens today, I will be posting 2 items in that group: a hand-drawn chart illustrating my predicted asset correlations in the Strait of Hormuz blockade scenario, and a technical analysis chart specifically for Nvidia with the $165 to $195 trading range. And members of the private group will get to see this content before it is released to the general public, okay? And if you would like to access all the key data points I mentioned today, including the timeline of diplomatic engagements following the breakdown of US-Iran negotiations, the projected trajectory of oil price fluctuations, a comparative chart of production capacities for Nvidia's Blackwell and Rubin architectures, and my forward-looking outlook for various banks during the current earnings session, simply reach out and request them directly. It's free. And remember this, When gold and oil prices move in opposite directions, the market is signaling to you that liquidity takes precedence over safe haven demand. And conversely, when Nvidia rallies for 8 consecutive days and yet fails to break out of its trading range, it tells you that a significant chasm exists between market confidence and actual valuation. All right. So having said that, let's get into some of the requests that I recently saw in the comments. And for those of you waiting patiently, thank you very much for waiting patiently. Here we go. We had a request for hood. Let's see. Here we are. Did that very quickly. Yes. For the person that asked about Robinhood, if you're still in the stream, let me know. Here is Robinhood for you. Let's see. And if you're curious about Robinhood, most of you know, but it is a financial services platform which engages in the provision of retail brokerage and offers trading in U.S. listed stocks and exchange traded funds, related options, and cryptocurrency trading. All right, it's a little bit about that. And right here, just a little quick run through on TradingView, for example. Many of you know this, but for those of you who are new, just an introduction to the relative strength index, the RSI, right here. This is the overbought, oversold line, overbought, oversold. And again, these are just guides. You can see it goes way oversold before market rebounding, and it can go way overbought before market correcting. And also this is the middle ground right in here. This is where it will be consolidation. Again, just a little introduction, and also the MACD, moving average convergence divergence right here. So basically, what does this mean? To put very briefly, when this blue line, the MACD line, crosses the orange signal line going up, right there, you have an upward chart pattern. And when it crosses going down, like here, for example, right there, you have a downward chart pattern. That is a super simplistic explanation, but if you want more information on those indicators, feel free to reach out. And again, if you're asking, for the person that asked me about Robinhood, right now it's at 71.67. Pre-market though, it's already up to 74.06. And you can, let's see, here we go. Yeah, actually the RSI is sitting right here at about, actually it's about 47. So it's very, very neutral. And you can see it's been pretty neutral recently, and you can see that right there. But again, pre-market, it's moving up 3 or 4 points already. Okay, that's hood for the person that asked. I also got a question about, here, what was it? WSD, WSD, for example. Oh yeah, hold on one second. RCT. Yeah, RCT. Yeah, here's for the person that asked me about RCT. If you're still in the stream, here it is for you. Red Cloud Holdings, right here, a little brief update about them. Here, Red Cloud Holdings engages in business and domestic software development. It provides and facilitates the trading of everyday consumer supplies of fast-moving consumer goods across business supply chains. Yes, and again, here we go. Right now, it's sitting here at 1.01. In pre-market, it's at 0.87, and recently it just actually, wow. Yeah, look at this movement and look at this trade volume right there. Trade volume is at 160.4 million. Market cap is at 44.67. Yeah, interesting. Okay, let's see. Chris, Palantir, I got you. Yeah, Palantir is also in the works. Okay, okay. And Chris, I'll do Palantir here on TradingView, and then I'll get you some more analysis afterwards. Just send me a message right here, okay? If you can get all that, okay? There we go, Chris. Send me a message and we'll talk more about Palantir. But here we go, PLTR. Let me know what your situation is with Palantir, and we'll talk more. Okay, so here we go. Palantir at the moment, oh my gosh, it is actually rebounding. Okay, right now it's at 132.37, and pre-market it's rebounding to 133.81 right there. Good. Chris, got it? Okay, perfect. Good. Thanks, Chris. And here we go. Right now, look at all this volume right here, because it had recently dropped, as you can see. It went from 155 down to 127. Yeah, we talked about we recently talked about that one too a couple days ago. Yeah, Palantir. But right now you can see right here on the RSI, it was at 34. Now it's rebounded to 38 right there. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, Chris, there's a little bit about Palantir for you. Message me afterwards and we'll get more deeper into the weeds on that, okay? And we had a question about CGPT right here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, here we go. Market cap CGPT right here. Just a little quick information for the person that asked about this. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's see for the person. Oh, yeah, what should I start on? Okay, here's what I want you to do. Send me a message and we'll talk about what you're interested in and what you're looking for so we can decide what your strategy might be and what to start on, okay? I understand your question. You're just getting in and you want to have get more education and learn more and have a good start. Send me a message and we'll talk more about that, okay? Okay, but for the person that asked about CGPT right here, it's at 17.86 right now, and basically it's consolidating at the moment right now. And you can see that right here in the RSI as well. Yeah, now let's go back over here to, we also talked about, yeah, somebody asked me about some of the defense stocks and some of the gold. Let's take a look at this one right here. You asked me about, for the person that asked me about gold, here, let's do one of the main, let's see, there you go. So for the person that asked me about gold, here is Freeport-McMoRan. This is one of the major gold miners. And interestingly enough, it is still rebounding. Look at this. Right now it's at 68 and pre-market it's at 68.5. If you're curious about Freeport-McMoRan, they engage in the mining of copper, gold, and molybdenum, and it's through U.S. mines, South America, Indonesia, etc. And again, this is looking good for Freeport-McMoRan. And here's another one I'll tell you. Let's see, No Garza, INTC. There we go. INTC. Got it. Okay, No, I'll tell you, No Garza, I'll tell you the same thing. I'll look up your ticker here on TradingView and then send me a message after the stream and I'll get back to you, okay? There it is. Good, all right. INTC, TC right here. Yeah. Oh yeah, Intel's in the news, right? That's right. Intel, they had a historic 9-day streak, up 58%. Yes, Chris, I got you on that one. And then I want to Harley. Harley Lynn. Yes, actually, again, Harley, message me here, and I'll get you some information about that after the stream. Okay, Harley Lynn, I got your message. I'll get back to you after the stream about that. That's not a 2-second answer. That's more involved and more specific, okay? But send me a message and I'll get you some information on that. So No Garza, here it is, Intel. Yeah, it's an interesting one because right now, Garza, here we go. I got your headline right here. On a historic 9-day winning streak, up 58% over that run. Yes, dun, dun, dun. Here we go. CPUs are seeing resurgence as AI intelligence continues to gain. There it is. And saw its 9th day straight gains up on Monday, 50% over a stretch on track. Yes. Several big deals, announcements from the US chipmaker have fueled the run, including partnerships with Google and Elon Musk's Terafab project. Yes. Thank you for bringing this up, No Garza. And Harley, okay, got your message, and I'll look forward to chatting with you afterwards. Okay, there's that. So here we go. Intel. Let's look at you. Let's see. Joe Mama 7260. Yes, indeed. I know what you mean. Yes, it's all fiat currencies go to zero, right? Yeah, I know what you mean. Thanks for the sideways humor on that. Appreciate it. All right, looking right over here at Intel. Yes, dun, 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 9 days of gains. Yeah. UBS says Intel may report strong results and guidance on resilient PC demand and rising server CPU demand, including 10% server CPU price hikes. Enterprise could be 60% of server CPU revenue. Right now, okay, look at some of this trade volume. 112.1 million at the moment. Market cap is at 327.2 billion. And looking right here, look at the RSI. It went from 41 and now the RSI is up here at 77. Yeah, it's in the overbought area. Let's see. Chris, I'll check your message after the stream, I promise. And No Garza, thank you very much. I'll look for your message too, okay? And Harley, you as well. Thank you. I'll get to the message. And then right here, dun, dun, dun. SSB, hello, hello, greetings. And right here, yeah, so right here, Intel is sitting at, let me bring this down, I can see it better. 65.18 pre-market. It's actually rebounding still pre-market at 65.76. Yeah, right there. And look at this, interesting. Intel is doing well, right? Let me give you some more on this article. Last week, Intel announced an expansion of its partnership with Google. Google will use Intel's newest Xeon 6 central processing units to run AI training and inference workloads according to the announcements. Yes. Intel also announced it will be joining Elon Musk's Terafab project last week. Plans for Terafab, an advanced AI chip complex in Austin, Texas, were announced by Musk last month. Again, thank you again for asking about this one. It was in my program. I just kind of forgot about it. And let's go to another one that's also being talked about right now. Let's see. There's Palantir. There's here. Let me go back to this one right here. That's Intel. And I was gonna show you someone asked me again about gold. Here's another gold miner that might be interesting. This is Newmont Gold right here. Again, this one was rebounding at the moment. It's actually correcting from, okay, yeah, it corrected yesterday. At the moment, it's rebounding at 116, pre-market's 117, and volume is actually down at the moment. But yeah, that's Newmont. And again, let me know what ticker symbols you're interested in, and I'll check them out right now before I go on to the next part of my program. And here we go. Somebody asked me about, somebody asked me about the defense stocks. For example, here's one, Lockheed Martin. For the person that asked me about some of the defense ticker symbols, here we go. This is Lockheed Martin. For those of you who may not, let's see. Got it. Okay, Red Gucci, I got your message. Now, I don't know if I can get to that one right in the live stream at the moment, but here, send me a message and I'll get back to you after the stream, okay? And I'll give you the information on that. There you go. And here we are. Lockheed Martin, global security and aerospace company, engages in research, design, development, etc. Most people know about them. Right now, for the person that asked me about defense, this one is sitting here at 619.69. Pre-market, it actually just corrected a little bit at 619.01. And you can see right here, it's running pretty stable in the RSI right there. And the trade volume is down. Again, for the person that asked me about defense, there's one of them for you. And let me go right here. There we go, yeah. And okay, here we go. Another one I can give you, top US defense. Another one that you might be looking at is RTX for defense stocks right here. RTX. Here we go. Okay. And again, if you don't know, RTX is an aerospace and defense company which engages in the provision of aerospace defense systems. And at the moment, they are also actually, yesterday they were correcting. Right now, they're slightly also correcting as well. Right now for today, they're sitting at 201.41, and right now pre-market it's at 201.15. And they actually recently, they were on the rebound since March 30th, where they were at 187. Yeah, but that's that. Also, one of the ones I wanted to talk to you about was Amazon. Okay, now Amazon's been in the headlines a lot recently. Today they're in the headlines because they're nearing, for those of you who are watching Amazon, they're nearing a deal with Globalstar in a push to rival Musk Starlink. So if you're paying attention to that, here's one that might be interesting for you. Okay, and again, I saw your message, Red Gucci Sweater. I like the name. Let's see, send me a message. I gave you my information. Send me a message and I'll get back to you after the stream very, very shortly. So here, 1 second. Amazon is nearing a deal with Globalstar in advanced talks to acquire the satellite operator. If you're asking what is Globalstar, Globalstar is the satellite operator in a deal that would boost the tech giant's efforts to build its own satellite operations. So Amazon is trying to build its own satellite operations, and according to people familiar with the matter, the transaction could be announced as soon as Tuesday. But let me look right here. Yeah, Globalstar's shares soared 19% in pre-market trading. The company's market value has nearly quadrupled over the past year, reaching about 9.4 billion. Okay, this is why I bring this to your attention. Amazon is building out its low Earth orbit, or LEO, satellite network, Amazon LEO, in a bid to compete with Elon Musk's SpaceX, whose fast-growing Starlink unit has more than 10 million active customers and about 10,000 satellites. Okay, so they got a way to go. And Starlink is anticipated to bring in more than 9 billion in revenue this year. All right, so again, here you are. If you're curious about this one, Globalstar shares, let me look this up for you. Globalstar Incorporated right here. Yeah, here's Globalstar. Let me just give you a little bit of summarize here. Globalstar engages in the provision of mobile satellite services. It offers voice and data communication services to the following markets: recreation and personal, government, safety and disaster relief, oil and gas, maritime and fishing, etc. That's again Globalstar. And right here, right now, yeah, this is what they're talking about. Jumped up. You can see right here the trade volume and the jump right here. Yeah, and whew. So for example, right here at pre-market, it's at 78.43 right now. Again, it's increasing. It was at 72.89 in pre-market. It's at 78, and you can see the rise in the RSI and the MACD as well right there. Just to give you, and then right here. So for example, volume right now is at 629,000. Market cap is at 9.37 billion right there. And if we go here, that's Globalstar. Let's go here to Amazon also, because they're involved in the deal. Dun, dun, dun. All right, and Amazon right here, again, this is referring to their deal with Globalstar. Let's see right here. Yeah, look at Amazon. Yeah, they're also rebounding quite a bit as well. Look at this. Okay, so again, with Globalstar, they're doing well. Amazon's doing well. Right now, Amazon's at 239.89, but pre-market it's at 241.51 right there. And here we go. There's the change in the bank. Look at the RSI. RSI on Amazon bounced up here to 72, already in the overbought area right there. Yeah. And wow, yeah, interesting. Uh, so Amazon, AWS AI revenue run rate above 15 billion, Graviton and Tranium chips annualized value over 20 billion, growing triple digits, planned capital expenditure about 200 billion for AI cloud and silicon infrastructure. That's just a little update about Amazon in case you're curious. Volume at the moment's at 42.17, market cap is at 2.58 trillion. Right there. Yeah. All right. And another one I wanted to update you guys with is Oracle. Why Oracle? Again, because they just popped up 13% and they're leading the bounce back rally on software stocks. Let's see. Nissan Fuga 4153 down. Okay. Nissan, let me know what you're referring to. Down what? Let me know. Okay. And if there's a ticker symbol you'd like me to check out on TradingView, feel free to drop it in the comments. Okay, here we go. Oracle, dun dun dun, jumped 13% as software shares beaten down by AI disruption fears clawed back to some year-to-date losses. Shares posted. Adobe jumped more than 6%. Salesforce rallied 5%. ServiceNow, HubSpot, and Workday also rallied about 7%. And cybersecurity stocks also gained with Tenable and SentinelOne each adding more than 7%. CrowdStrike rose 6%. The rally came as investors saw hope in a future peace deal between Iran and the US. Hope, and the software stocks hit sell-off mode this year on concerns that AI tools from the likes of Anthropic and OpenAI will displace their long-standing business models, okay? And here we go. So far this year, HubSpot shed nearly half its market value, while Atlassian has slumped more than 60%. And several companies, including Atlassian, have also cut employees to fuel AI projects. Oracle has lost a fifth of its value, and ServiceNow plummeted more than 40%. So let's check out Oracle right here, since they jumped back up 13%. Oracle right here we go. Right here, dun dun dun. All right, here we go. Oracle, yes. Here's the jump they're talking about right here in Oracle. Dun, dun, dun. And you can see that right here. Okay, and right here, dun, dun, dun. 55, right there. It was at an RSI of 38. Now it's at 55 on Oracle. And right now, Oracle's at 155. Again, pre-market though, Oracle's at 162.58. I will repeat that. Oracle is at 155, but pre-market it's at 162. So it continues to rebound, it looks like. And Oracle rolled out AI-powered utilities tools to boost, again, right here, bottom right on TradingView, to boost grid management and project efficiency, highlighting infrastructure-focused AI features for utility operations and workflows. Again, a little update about Oracle, and right here, for looking at Oracle, volume right now is at 50 million. And yeah, it just actually, you can see right there, it's bang, it jumped up, and market cap is at 447 billion right there. And also, we already talked about Palantir. If anybody has any questions about that, let me know. There's Oracle also right here. Another, we talked about Amazon. Another big mover is, wait, what was it? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yes. Since we're talking in the Texas, Broadcom and AMD. Yes, here is Broadcom. We should update about Broadcom, because Broadcom is also rebounding. For those of you on the tech side curious about Broadcom, look at this chart. Bring this to your attention. Here we are. Dun, dun, dun. Just March 30th, it was at 293, and now it is at 379. Again, I'll repeat that. March 30th, it was at 293. Now it's at 379, and pre-market it's just slightly above at 379.79. So yeah, this is Broadcom. Look at that. Look at that rebound. And volume is also, you can see the volume is also up right here. Look at the RSI, Relative Strength Index. It just also, now it's oversold at 73 at the moment. And yeah, Broadcom, again, little update from TradingView. Broadcom formed a double bottom, held support above $345, trade above a $353.24 pivot. Traders eye a $365 pullback entry and potential move towards $475 by year end. Volume at the moment is sitting at 24.1 million. Market cap is at 180 trillion. Yeah, there's Broadcom. I should also give you an update about AMD, because right now they're also, here we are, AMD Advanced Micro. Yeah, look at this rebound as well. Again, what was this? March 30th, it was at 195, 196. And then the rebound, bang, 246. Also, I should tell you, pre-market, it's already at 249. And ARK invested, they sold 44,000 AMD shares across 5 ARK ETFs for about 10 million, and sales were the day's largest AMD disposals and occurred as AMD shares rose 4% during rebalancing. Right here again, look at this RSI, bang, jumped up here to overbought at 70. You see that in the MACD right here. Volume is at 22.78. Market cap is at 402.4 billion right there. Yes. And let's keep another one I was going to show you an update on is here, right here, Linux International. Why? Because they also are jumping up. If you're again on the tech side, Linux International here engages in the design, manufacture, and marketing of products for heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. There we go. Again, they went from, what was it, 436 to just 517 in pre-market. They're at 522. And here's one that we should talk about again, Nvidia right now. We talked about that a little earlier. Let me give you an update right here. Bum, bum, bum. For those of you watching Nvidia, here we go. They, again, March 30th, it was at 165. Now it's at 189. And pre-market, it's at 190.51. For those watching Nvidia, Nvidia has spent about 70 billion with partners and customers in its fiscal year to boost its AI ecosystem, and Dell expects roughly 50 billion in AI server revenue this year, driven by Nvidia GPUs. Yes, and at the moment, volume is at 133.65. Market cap is at 4.6 trillion. There we go. Another one I had a question on, somebody asked me, was Nebius right here. Nebius. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so for those of you who might have been curious about Nebius, this is for you. Nebius is a tech company that provides infrastructure and services to AI builders worldwide. It offers Nebius AI, an AI-centric cloud platform, provides full-stack infrastructure, including large-scale GPU clusters, cloud services, and developer tools. Right here, and you can see this one just was this again on March 20th. It was at 92, and then it just took off. At the moment, it's at 154, and pre-market Nebius is at 159.22. Again, it went from 40 RSI all the way up here to 72 on the RSI overbought. What's another one? There's Nebius, and also there is, I should refresh you on CoreWeave as well, because CoreWeave just did the deal with Anthropic, and CoreWeave is also doing a deal with Meta. So let me update you here about CoreWeave right here. Here we go. Here's your core weave, and right here, yeah. Here's another rebound for you as well. Core weave, March 30th was at 68. Then bang, it rebounds up to 110. And pre-market, okay, pre-market core weave is already at 115, so it's still rebounding. And look at this trade right here. Look at the trade volume right here on core weave. Again, core weave just did the deal with Anthropic, and also just the day before that did a deal with Meta, and it actually provides CoreWeave provides services for 9 out of the 10 leading AI providers, and volume right now is at 56.01 million. Market cap is at 57.97 billion right there. Yeah. So again, if you have questions or comments about these or any other tickers, feel free to drop it below, and I can get back to you. Right here, another one I was going to show you was oh yeah, here it is. SanDisk. Let's look at SanDisk. SanDisk right here. SanDisk is another one that's rebounding at the moment. Again, they went from 571 up to 575. Now they're at 952, and their pre-market they're at 978. So that's SanDisk at the moment. Look at the volume right there. That's SanDisk. Now let's go on. We talked about a little bit earlier. We talked about some of the banking. Let's go through JP Morgan, since we talked about some of the banking sectors. JP Morgan right here. JP Morgan. Right here. Yeah, JP Morgan right now they're also rebounding. We were just talking about them earlier. Again, what is this, March 30th? They were at 283, and now bang, they are now up here at 312. Pre-market JP Morgan is up to 313, and let's see, volume is at 8.3 million. Market cap is at 846 billion at the moment. Another one that we'll look at is Goldman Sachs, because we mentioned them earlier as well in the commentary. Yeah, Goldman Sachs right here, you can see actually it was March 13th, it was at 282, and then it has rebounded up to, it was up to 900, and right now it's sitting at 890 in pre-market. It's at 890 as well. Yeah. So again, that's Goldman Sachs. Also, for example, we're gonna look at Goldman Sachs. Oh my, almost forgot about this one right here. Micron. This is another one you should be aware of. Look at this one. It is also rebounding nicely as well. Micron. It went from right here at 320 up to 426.56. And here's the thing, pre-market, it's already up to 436. Okay, this is Micron. Already pre-market, it's at 436. If you're watching this is a good thing to watch for. And here's your, look at this trade volume right here. And again, KeyBank raised Micron to overweight, and hyperscale demand projected fiscal right here. The volume is at 372. Volume is at 37 million. Market cap is at 481 billion. Again, if you're wondering, the software I'm using, this is TradingView, and right here, right there, yeah. So if you have more questions on any of those, feel free to reach out. Again, let's do a couple more that we were looking at. Let's see. CRR right here. CRR right here. Carrier Global Corporation. Yes, here's another one that's making the headlines because of its rebound. This is Carrier Global Corporation, and right here, just a little update about them. Carrier Global Corporation engages in the provision of climate and energy solutions with a focus on providing differentiated, digitally enabled lifecycle solutions to its customers. Its portfolio includes brands such as Carrier, Viessmann, Toshiba, etc. Now looking right here, again, look at this. It was at March 30th, it was at 54, and now it's at 64. Pre-market's also at 64. That's a nice rebound. Volume is at 6.64 million. Market cap is at 53.74. Yeah, Carrier Global. Also, here's another one you can look at. MKC is another one that's doing some movement. MKC right here. Dun, dun, dun. Here's greetings and hello James, welcome. If you have a ticker or something, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the show right here. 47, and it is jumping up to 54, and pre-market it's also at 54, and volume is at 5.98. We're going through some of the major movers right now. We've been through Nvidia, a lot of the tech areas, and we did a pre-analysis about Nvidia earlier on. If you want that, let me know, okay? Again, some of the things just to summarize here, if you want, again, I'll be ending the stream here pretty soon. But if you want, first hit that notification bell. Again, I'll be going live at 10 a.m. sharp to provide some real-time market analysis, interpreting the actual signals emerging from the open as they happen. If you don't enable notifications, you will miss out. James, good. Keep listening, keep learning, and enjoy the show. And also, my assistant's contact details are displayed at the bottom. If you want them, feel free. You can contact her in the video description below. And remember to enter today's access code APR14PRE, and I can add you to my exclusive analysis group. And once the market opens, I'll be posting 2 items in that group. Okay. Let's see. Are you looking for running today? Papa, are you looking for running today? What do you mean by that? Looking for running? Niku Magna Mining. Yes. Let's see. Niku Magna Mining. Let me look that up. What's that? Niku Magna Mining. Okay. Dun, dun. Go look at Magna results today. Got it. Thank you very much, Papa. Okay, Papa. Here you are. This is for you, Papa. Right now, let's see. Yeah, it's up to 2.37. Yeah, it's a nice bump up. And volume right now is at 410,000. Market cap is at 553 million. Papa, thanks for that. Give me another one. Mining buddy, yes, I like it. I do enjoy the metals for sure. And for those of you watching, again, if you want to be involved in the exclusive analysis group, I'll be posting those items in that. It's the hand-drawn chart illustrating my correlations in the Strait of Hormuz scenario, and some more analysis of the Nvidia within the $165 to $195 trading range. And members of the private group will get to see this content before it's live. And if you would like to access all the key data points I mentioned today, including the timeline of diplomatic engagements following the breakdown of US-Iran negotiations, the projected trajectory of oil price fluctuations, a comparative chart of production capacities for Nvidia's Blackwell and Rubin architectures, and my forward-looking outlook for various banks during the current earnings season, simply reach out. And remember this, when gold and oil prices move in opposite directions, the market is signaling to you that liquidity takes precedence over safe haven demand. And conversely, when Nvidia rallies for 8 consecutive days and yet fails to break out of its trading range, it tells you that there's a significant difference between market confidence and actual valuation. Yeah. Look at it. I think the only one who will run today. I think. Okay. West Red Lake. West Red Lake. Got it. Let's take a look at West Red Lake here. What's West Red Lake up to at the moment? Let's see. Oh wait. West Red Why is it? I can't look it up right now. I don't know why. Frontier. Oh yeah, Frontier. Dun, dun, dun. Frontier. Lithium. Okay, yeah. Here's Frontier Lithium at the moment. Oh, they just dropped recently, actually. What was that, on April 9th? They dropped. They've been dropping at the moment. And then, what was it? They're extracting gold, but no one knows how much. Q1 coming out sooner or later. Got it. And Frontier Lithium. Magna. Let's see. They did warrants. Got it. Let's see. Got it. Cool. Thanks for the messages, Papa. Always good to hear from you. All right. Now, let's see. Since we're talking about gold again, we haven't talked let me give you a couple quick updates about some of the oil as well. Let's do Exxon at the moment, because we talked about oil earlier and we never did let's see. Here's oil sitting right here. Exxon, if you're curious about Exxon right now, it's actually, yeah, it's correcting still. It's at 152 pre-market. It's at 151, and let's look here at CVX Chevron. Chevron is also, yeah, it's still correcting. It's 191 right now at the moment, and then also let's do this one. Conoco, where is it? ConocoPhillips right here. Oh yeah, I like Rick Rule. It changed his tune. He changed his tune on oil. Okay, tell me about that. Good Warren, you want to own FL? Yeah, I enjoy Rick Rule. I listen to some of his interviews as well. Thanks, Papa. He changed his tune on oil. Tell me about that. What do you mean by that? I didn't hear about his tune on oil. ConocoPhillips right now is at 123. It's also correcting at the moment. And let's see, which companies, or how do you mean he changed it? Also another one right here. That's oil. Let's go over here to anybody's right now. U.S. oil. Let's see. Yeah, and let's go right over here. What's another one I was going to look at? Oh yeah, we haven't actually. Oh, hold on. Here's another one I was going to look at right before we leave. Let's take a look at. He's a buyer of WRLG and Magna. Okay, interesting. Here is WRLG. Oh yeah, Westlake. Yeah, here's your Westlake. I got the ticker wrong earlier, that's why. So here's your Westlake for anyone who's into the gold mines, gold tickers. And right now, yeah, they're basically consolidating. So is Rick Rule, he's a buyer of Westlake and Magna. And tell me, when you say he changed his tune on oil, what do you mean by that? He didn't go too much, but said oil is good, but prefer holding cash. Yeah, holding cash. Got it. All right. There's Westlake, and here's the one for all you Tesla fans out there. Just to before I finish up the stream, here's a quick update about Tesla. Again, just to show you this, it's been going down, and then the last, let's see, Thursday, Friday, and Monday, it's been rebounding the last 3 days. Not much, but Tesla went from what was it, 342. Now it's at 352, and pre-market it's at 358. So for all of you Tesla friends, Tesla is on a slight rebound. So yeah, and thanks Papa for the update about Rick Rule. I enjoy him, and also looking forward to talking to you more in the next live stream. I'm signing off here. For those of you who sent me a message or sent me a like or a share or a comment, thank you very much. It is appreciated, and we will see you in the next one. Send me, everybody. Bye-bye for now.